Hello and welcome back to the channel. And on today's video, we're going to be going over my portfolio over on Trading 212. And just before we get into the video, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for their continued support. We have now surpassed 200 subscribers and we're on our way to 300, which means that we will be doing another giveaway this weekend. So if you would like to get involved in that, don't forget to comment on this video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much for the support. So I think it's worth mentioning before we get into this video that this month's gains has been absolutely phenomenal. So in the last month, we're up by 13.4%, which is £5,806. And this month, there's been a lot of volatility in the stock market. It's been absolutely crazy. I mean, we're even right up to last night of recording this video with Elon and Trump going back and forth with each other over X and Twitter. I think that's crazy how something like a tweet can have such an impact on the stock market. But I guess that's the generation that we're in. So obviously, my portfolio is broken down into three different groups. So we have growth stocks, we have dividend funds, and we have ETFs, which is funds. So I like to spread myself and diversify across these three different types of areas. Everybody's investment journey is different, but this is how I like to do mine. You will see that I also hold £3,899 worth of cash. But again, this has changed because I did have a little bit more cash, but I have been buying up this month, which you will see when we're going through the video. So first, we're going to start off with the smaller category, which is the ETFs. So I did sell all of these on the back end of last year, which I did find was a good thing because everything started dropping. So, and then we utilised those funds elsewhere. So we're currently split across 70-30 against an S&P 500 and an all world. Fully aware that there is some overlap here, but this is exactly how I like to diversify myself, and I'm happy with the split that I have here. So every Friday I put in £100 across the two, so we end up buying like a share of S&P and a couple shares of the all world. But again, they're both doing quite well. The all world's up by 5.44% and the S&P is up by 11.98%. So I am happy with both of these holdings that I currently have here. So the next part of my portfolio is the dividend funds that I hold. Now I do hold a big chunk of my funds in here, but again, I'm an avid dividend holder and I do enjoy holding them. So I do have a breakdown of what's actually in this proper breakdown with some nice presentation, which I will link in the description, but we will run through quickly what I'm holding. So we've got Legal and General, which is up 13.4%. We've got NatWest, which is up 25.94%. We've got Aviva, which is up 24.64%. We've got Lord Debenture, which is up 16.19%. We've got Gamma, which is up 1.72%. We've got GSK, which is up 5.46%. We've got National Grid, which is up 5.7%. Tesco, which is up to 9.21%. And 3i, which is up 10.43%. Bunzl, which is down a bit, 18.86%. Franklin, up by 6.10%. Halfords, up 24.74%. Vodafone up 4.8%, and Greencoat, which is down by 2.72%. Again, I do an in-depth breakdown on all of these at the end of each month, which I've not long posted. And again, this, I mean, it's flying in here too. I mean, we're up as a overall for the portfolio 11%, which is again which is meant to be a defensive stock, which is dividends and stuff like this, and I just don't see it. There's some great growth potential if you're looking in the right places, and obviously, like I say, you've been paid to hold these stocks. It's a no-brainer for me. Make some good money, had some good payments this month already, so that's my dividend funds, and I enjoy investing in them. Now, this is the final part of this video, and I guess this is what everyone really wants to see in the stocks that people hold, which is my growth stocks. So again, in here, there's some speculative plays. There's some plays that I do think are really going to pay off. There's some riskier ones, but again, a couple of the positions that I have true faith in every single one of them that is going to do well. Now we're going to start off with Big Bear AI. So Big Bear, I own 2,000 shares in this one. We are currently down 22.87%, but there is a big chunk of this that is FX as well. Now, a lot of people say it's a riskier speculative play. Yeah. I mean, Kevin's doing a great job over there. I really like him as a CEO. I follow this stock closely, and I think it's got a lot of potential in the long run. They're clearing up their debt quarter by quarter. They're focusing on long-term growth in their assets, and I mean, they're smashing it, to be honest, in regards to cleaning up the back of house. I don't think this is an overnight success stock. I think this is going to take a couple of years to get to its all-time high. But again, we're investing for the long term, and I really enjoy this stock. So this is one of my biggest positions in regards to shareholding, and I'm going to hold this one for a long time. Our next one that we've got is SoFi Technologies. Again, another one that gets a lot of criticism, a lot of scrutiny. Every earnings it seems to smash, and it never really means it moves anywhere. It's another one that we're up by 10.5%. FX dragging us down by another 5.5%, so the gains are minimised a little bit there, but it is what it is in the short term. In the long term, I see this stock absolutely flying. We are waiting for an announcement of whether it made it into the 400, but again, we don't know where that stands at the moment. But on its term of the growth over the last month, we have seen some volatility, which is a volatile stock, but it's up. And in the future, I think this is going to be a real winner. They've got a lot of things happening in the background as well. A lot of crypto to come within the next 12 months. So again, a solid stock, and I will be adding to this. I do want 1,000 in the end, but I'm in no rush to get that last 200. $1 cost average accordingly. The next one is Block. Now this one I have been buying some this month. When these dropped on their last earnings, it absolutely plummeted. A friend of mine put me onto this, did some research. They had some strong fundamentals, and I couldn't really understand why it dropped as much as it did. Again, we're up 34% since then. I think we've only added about 5 shares in the last month, which I'll pop on the screen. But again, I think this one's something that is going to fly up. Looking around the 80 mark, really, I think in the next 12 months easy. Again, fundamentals in the background, absolutely everything looks right. I'll be looking forward to seeing what the next earnings are. And with crypto rising again, it did drop a little bit last few days, but with Bitcoin, rising again, they have a lot of these in the reserve, so it's another stock that I'm going to hold for quite a long time. But yeah, I like this one. Next one we've got is AMD. It's a no-brainer for most people. I mean, this one's so undervalued in my opinion. I think this one in about 5 years is going to be double where its value is at now. I know the gaming sector was down on their last earnings and stuff like that, but data centers and everything else, it's no brainer for me. I got in this in April when everybody else was selling, got myself a nice average of about 78. But again, I've been averaging up since then and buying shares. I know a lot of people are always saying, oh, I need it to drop, I need it to drop. No, dollar cost averaging means both ways. It means you buy up, it means you buy down, it means you get an average. That's exactly what it means. So sometimes we pay 116 for it, and other times we might pay 80, but then our average meets in the middle, and that's beautiful for me. Currently only holding 50 shares, and I do hope to buy some of this more in the future. I think right now I'm just focusing on my other positions, but again, we're up by 23.52%, and I'm really happy with this holding at the moment. And then our fifth and final stock, because I like to keep my growths a bit tight, to be honest, so I can make sure I keep up on them, is Nebius. Now, Nebius I did a massive breakdown on a couple of days, about a week or two ago, and I'll link that in the description also. Absolutely went in full depth on this stock, and, well, over the last month, it's absolutely skyrocketed. So already we're on 48, and I don't think we're even in touching distance of where this stock's going. Again, one of the lads put me onto this. That is in the Discord, so that's in the description as well. Got a big community of people. I think there's about 500-600 of us throwing ideas at each other, giving each other stock ideas to look into. And again, it's a great community to bounce off people. We've got beginners, we've got real good experienced people in there, and it's a good place to be. So yeah, get yourself over. There's an invite in the description if you want to join. But yeah, he put me onto this a couple of months ago. Started buying this at about 20 a share in April as well. I think actually I got in at 18. Again, another one, been working my average up, buying more of it, which will be on your screen now. Working my average up, So we're about 30 on it now. But again, we're sitting at nearly a 50 a share. I did that big breakdown video, and anybody that got onto it because of that, I started looking into it, then you're winning as well. So we're up by 59% already, and I think this is just the beginning on this stock. I think it's got absolutely great potential. Sitting at 120 shares, but this one I have been buying a bit more of this month, and this is one that I'm trying to build a better position in because it's one that I'm really interested in. So yeah, that is my portfolio, and we are touching in on that 50 grand mark, which is absolutely phenomenal, which is crazy to say. Again, if you did like this fund, I've got a couple of my dividend pies over on 212 Public. Then if there's any questions about any of these stocks or anything you're involved in, let me know in the comments. And thank you very much for watching.